The height of the Ebola outbreak, an estimated 5 million children and youth were denied access to education in Guinea, Liberia and Sierra Leone as schools were forced to close down. Eventually, most schools opened early this year and students went back to the classrooms. Although the crisis has passed, the effects of the epidemic are still present. Now, the World Health Organization has called on the countries to remain vigilant, especially after new cases were reported months after officials thought Ebola had been finally stamped out. Now, VOA's Jackson Mvunganyi is visiting two of the three West African countries that were seriously affected by Ebola, as Liberia and Sierra Leone, to assess how the countries are recovering and particularly how schools coped and their efforts to spring back to normal. Jackson now joins me live via phone from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Hello, Jackson.
Hello, Vincent.
Now, tell us, today you are actually visiting a particular school. Tell us what has been going on around the schools in those countries that you visited.
Vincent, I came back from Monrovia yesterday, where I visited a school that had been closed for about 7 months. Students are back to school now. They lost quite some time and they're trying to catch up with their education. There's some precautions that have been implemented in schools now. You find sanitizers, buckets. You have to wash your hands before you get into class. There's a much better consciousness among them that this is a threat that is still continuing, but they feel like the bad days are behind them. Now, this morning I was in Freetown in a school that was also used as a testing center. The grounds were used as testing and treatment centers here in downtown Freetown. The students are going to school. Life seems that has gone back to normal.
Yes.
They did not have any casualties among the student population. The school administrators are quite proud that their school played a role in the recovery efforts. The field that we stood on acted as an Ebola transmission unit recovery point. There were mobs. Things were quite gruesome at the height of the crisis, now, but things have kind of gotten back to normal.
And that's good news. Now, Jackson, in terms of the impact on the academic programs, what are the teachers telling you? How are they going to make up for all those months that were lost while the schools were closed?
I think they were able. I spoke to a couple of students who say that during the lockdown, the time when they were not in school, they were able to catch up with their education because they were exchanging materials between themselves, and they had been encouraged to continue reading. They had reading materials. They obviously they feel like they missed out on some of the things that they were supposed to learn. But overall, the school where I was, the head teacher told me that the school was actually the top in the national examination, so that this was not something that really affected the students and the academics and their capacity to do well in school.
In about 10 seconds, how is the psychological state of those kids as they go back to school?
Well, everybody seems to be normal right now. Things have returned to normal in Freetown and in Monrovia, where I've been. You don't get the sense that there's a fear as much, but when you speak to them, they tell you the past couple of months, 4 months down the road, 4 months back, that things were not the way they were.
Okay.
There was a lot of fear in the community. It was very palpable.
Jackson, thank you. Thank you very much. We do appreciate your reporting there. VOA's Jackson Mvunganyi reporting live from Freetown in Sierra Leone.